Hello, my compensation professionals. Today we are going to work on Chapter 9, Crunch the Numbers. And that's all this video is going to cover. It is a lot of detail. So let's go to our book, page 236 in my book. And you're going to calculate employer matching contributions. So this relates to the retirement and like your 401k or 403b, so that you're putting in money and then the employer is going to put in money. And I'm taking a brief interruption here, and we are going to look at this beautiful picture. So I want to get an emphasis. Here's the thing. When you go to work and your employer has a matching policy, that is free money. If it is at all possible, you need to contribute as much as you can that the employer is matching. If your employer says that they match 5%, you put in 5% at least, hopefully more than that. But it is free money. I just wanted to emphasize that before we move on with Crunch the Numbers. So it says the companies decide whether to institute matching contributions. Ones that offer matching contributions do so for numerous reasons, including recruitment and retention of the most qualified individuals. Also, companies choose the formulas for making contributions and setting maximum contributions within limits. Here are 3 common approaches for determining matching contributions, and then they give an example. And that's what I have up here, okay, first is full match. And the employer fully matches an employee's contribution to the 401k account up to an amount set by law. So to illustrate, if the employee is making $50,000, the employee decides to contribute 4% of his or her salary. Okay, that's going to be $2,000. And it is a match, 1 for 1. So the employer also matches that 4%, and so they're also matching $2,000. So for every year, the employee would get $4,000 to go into his or her 401k. All right, then you have the fixed dollar match, where the employer deposits $1 for every $1 the employee contributes up to a specified limit. For instance, 5% of pay. So that's what this is. That upper limit is that 5% of pay. An employee contributes 3% of her $100,000 salary. So that's equal to $3,000. Well, that 3% is less than the 5%, so the company is going to match 1 for 1. So the company also matches $3,000 and total of $6,000. Then another example of this fixed dollar match, okay, is where the employee is going to contribute 10% of her salary. All right, so the employee's part is 10% of $100,000, which is $10,000. But the company only matches up to 5%. So they'll contribute $5,000, still contributing $15,000 into that employee's 401k. And then the last type of matching is called a variable dollar match, and the employer's contribution decreases as the employee's contribution increases. For example, an employer might deposit $1 for every $1 on the first 3%, okay? And then 50 cents per dollar on the next 3%. So that's 50 cents on the next 3%. So it's dollar for dollar up to 3%, and then 50 cents on the dollar for the next 3%. So if the employee contributes 6% of her $100,000 salary, then that's $6,000 that the employee contributes. But then what does the employer contribute? Well, 3% of $100,000 is $3,000. So what do we do with the next 3%? here's where you take 3% times your 50 cents times $100,000, and that equals 1,500. So you've got that original 3,000 plus 1,500, which is 4,500 here. Okay, so then the actual question goes, now let's calculate the employer's matching contributions for 3 employees, Amanda, Shayu, and Onkar, using each method. Amanda here earns $35,000. Shayu earns $125,000. And so Amanda contributes nothing. Shayu contributes 7%. And then it also has Onkar earns $80,000 and contributes 2%. So we're going to calculate full match, fixed dollar match, and variable dollar match. So I'm just going to tell you right now, if Amanda contributes 0, there is no matching. There are no dollars that are going to go into Amanda's 401k. So that one's easy. Okay, but we're going to do Shayu here. So Shayu earns $125,000 and contributes 7% into, I'm going to go with his 401k. So that's $8,750. Then the company matches dollar for dollar, $8,750. Okay. So now we're going to do a fixed dollar match. So for 9-12, it says they're going to do 75 cents per each dollar the employee contributes. So we know that Shayu contributes 7%. That's still $8,750. And then the employer is going to match 7% times 75 cents times $125,000. So for here, it's again 7% times 75 cents times 125,000. And that equals this $6,562.50 for a grand total of $15,312.50. Then 9-13 says variable dollar match, $1 for $1 contribution for the first 2% and 75 cents per the dollar contribution for the next 3%. So 75 cents for the next 3%. And we want to know, what is the employee's contribution? The employee's contribution is the same, 7% times 125,000, so it stays the same, $8,750. But now we need to calculate the employer portion. So we do 2% times $125,000 plus 3% times 75 cents times $125,000. And that is equal to $5,312.50 for the grand total here of $14,062.50. All right, so I'm not going to do Onkar for you, but I will show you the answers. You calculate that out, make sure you know how to do it before you go on to Pearson and do your crunch the numbers. Well, you guys have a great time, good luck, and I will talk with you soon.